Yo, what's going on, peoples? On this episode of MC2MC, me and Tom, we're going to talk a little bit about our musical backgrounds, what's got us to this point so far. Then we're going to have the beautiful guest Shauna come in, talk a little bit about what she's got going on, her background, how she got in the industry, projects coming out. Also, stay tuned. We play a fun game today. Guess that person's ZODIAC sign. Then we just kind of wrap it up with future plans for the scene. So tune in. Catch you guys later. Peace. Are we goody?
Hey,
Are we goody?
Yeah.
We goody, Terrence? Yeah, we good? All right, we
good.
good, everybody. What's going on, y'all, man? Welcome back to MC2MC. It's your boy, Superb.
Tom. Oh, Tom.
Yeah, oh, Tom. Oh, Tom. Yeah, today, guys, I'm going to have a little fun here. So, yeah, on this episode, we just want to get you guys a little more familiar with who Superb and Tom is. So, yeah, we're going to kind of go a little bit into our backgrounds and some of our favorite albums, favorite artists. So, yeah, let's get it going. Tom, I want you to take the floor first, actually, bro. Let the people know a little about who you are, school, background, all that.
Okay, well, my name's Jason, but here lately I've been going by Tom. Oh, Tom. Yeah, so around 2015, I left my hometown of Poca, West Virginia, population 900, and I came to Nashville and went to film school at Nashville Film Institute.
Was that like a mind fuck for you, like coming from like a town of like 900 people to like a fucking like, I mean, I wouldn't call it Nashville a mega city, but it's a big city. Yes,
it was and it wasn't. I had expected it to be pretty overwhelming. I'd prepared myself for that. I live like 10, 15 minutes away from like the city in West Virginia, Charleston. It's the capital. It's decent. It's not anywhere near as big as Nashville. But yeah, the thing that overwhelmed me the most was just like the interstate and traffic that was like semi intimidating to get used to.
Yeah.
Especially like the first time you just don't really know when you're like out there at 4 or 5 and it's just like wild and people apparently it's like everyone's driving on ice here, I swear.
Yeah.
Like they're not real organized. But anyway, yeah, it was a little overwhelming, but it was still awesome. It felt like something new, which I needed at the time. I just got out of high school. Took a few months off after high school. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I just didn't know where to go yet. So yeah, I ended up finding out about NFI from our realtor's son, who was a teacher there, and he just happened to be at a house tour when my parents were looking at houses.
Interesting, people.
Exactly, yeah. So we ended up going down. I like came down, checked out the school in like a week, and then just decided to come down. I got an apartment in a week, and just said, you know what, screw it, let's do it. And yeah, I was there for till I graduated. Met some of the best friends I'll have for the rest of my life.
So roll that back. So you just moved here like in a week.
Oh God!
It made him cough, guys.
Technical difficulties. Yeah, no, I decided to. I went down. Seemed pretty cool. I liked the vibe of the school and everything. And yeah, I found an apartment in a week. Went back to West Virginia, got all my stuff, came down, and then yeah.
That's such a spontaneous way, because the way I got out here was like very like calculated. That's
yeah, it seems like every time I'd make a huge decision in life, it's pretty spontaneous, or at least like a little off the whim. I mean, I know what I'm doing, but it's like I kind of just like to jump into things, and then if things go poorly, it's like, oh, lesson learned. It's better to try things than not try things. And then, but anyway, yeah, it was dope. I loved it. I got to work on short films and documentaries, and The important thing though, I got a free copy of Logic with school, and that's how I first started making music. One of my roommates, Kevin, shout out Chinua, my buddy, we ended up started making music in my apartment, 1808. That's why our like collective thing was called 1808, because it was my apartment. And yeah, started making music there, ended up going back home after graduation for a little bit, just getting my stuff together. My buddy Michael ended up moving in with me back home, and then he ended up moving down with me to Nashville when all of us moved back down. So like all my buddies from film school ended up like kind of going back home too for a little bit. A few of them stayed here, but yeah, we found a house, and then like it was 8 dudes in a house for 2.5 years, and we were just making stuff. It was fun.
8 dudes in a house.
Yeah.
People, bro, that's a lot of fucking testosterone.
It was a lot. Yeah.
Probably too much.
Yeah, no. yeah, too much probably. Yeah. But it was like the funnest time of my life. I'll never forget some of the memories I have there.
So like, what was that time like for you? Like that, what do you feel like that did for you to get you to this point? Having a collective.
I look at everything as a lesson. Like, if things don't work out exactly the way you want them, even though things didn't necessarily not work out, like we released an album, we went to LA and performed, and we had some shows and won some competitions. It was fun, and I think we did pretty well with what we had. And I mean, yeah, it led me here too. Like I met the Upstate guys through the other buddy Ricky, who was also in the group, rapper. And yeah, I mean, everything leads you to where you're going. So I mean, I don't look at anything as like I look at everything like, even if you fail, it's like you're learning something. It's just gonna make you better. It sounds cliche, but it's true. Like that's how it is. Like not everything's gonna work out exactly how you want it. So I kind of go into everything with that mindset.
So what about like the production? Like you went to NFI, you had the crew and thing, but like more specifically, like what made you go into like that production route? Because as people know, Tommy does videography, photography stuff, but he's a producer as well. So
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making music. I love movies. I love TV. I grew up with that. I mean, I grew up on sports. And then once I got hurt, I ended up watching a lot of TV and movies, which got me into that route of things. I ended up editing a lot in high school, doing YouTube stuff, video game stuff, whatever. Which I feel like a lot of editors, that's the way they get started. Or like my era of people, it's like they were in the like video game stuff. So they ended up making YouTube videos, and then like Cole Bennett, that's how he got started. I'm pretty sure he was making like edits and video stuff like that for like Call of Duty montages. And
that's interesting.
I feel like a lot of people got their start that way.
I feel like that's so true though. Yeah. 'Cause like even when I was younger, I would do like I would play like RPGs, and I would like screen record them, put like music and shit behind them, like just those like early edits. Like all the RPG kids and shit like that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I think the montage, like Call of Duty community, that has like a huge effect on like Logic. He blew up off like FaZe and Optic, those video game clans or whatever, allowing like Logic allowed them to use his music in their videos.
So dude, like, that's so crazy. That was like an era, like those fucking like video game montage like music videos. That was a whole like thing.
Yeah, and I think it worked out really well for Logic. I mean, he let them use all his mixtape stuff, and that kind of blew him up. And
same
got
with
him
the
a
anime
deal.
kids too, though.
Oh yeah,
because like the AMVs, like the anime music,
especially
videos
with like
and
the SoundCloud era stuff, like that started to really.
I just remember seeing like it was like certain ones you would see. What time? This is probably around like 06, 07. You would see like the AMVs with like fucking like Naruto, Rock Lee versus Gar fight with like System of a Down playing in the background or some shit.
This is kind of a tangent, but I just kind of thought of it. Is the SoundCloud era like is that gonna be an era of hip hop? Like how there's like the golden era, the bling era.
That's a good question.
Is like SoundCloud era? Is that gonna be a thing?
I think it kind of already is a thing. I mean,
well, yeah, of
people,
course.
like certain people, like Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert, even like
X,
Juice WRLD,
Slump
X,
God.
yes. I mean, a lot of those guys, I consider them like part of the SoundCloud wave of rappers.
That's interesting. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was down here making music videos, and having a blast, and I think it taught me a lot just about life in general, just like especially living in a house with 8 other people that you've known for a long time. It's interesting. You'll learn a lot about the people around you and the good and bad things, but mostly good. Like I had a great time.
Yeah. I think
you can only really do that type of thing once in your life, and that's like your early 20s. Like
that is true. I think at least is gaining experience with it. You know?
Exactly.
Like I think my story is like pretty similar though. I guess it starts back really when I was 14 because it's kind of been like it was like an on and off thing at first. But I remember my dad, he was a musician. Very talented musician. He did everything. He was a true producer in a sense. Like, he wrote the songs. He engineered them. He played bass. He played guitar, piano. Like, he was that guy. Like, people would come to this spot like, oh, his name was Carl Marshall. So, I'm like, oh, let's go over to Carl's spot. Like, let's just make some tracks today. Like, that's kind of how he was. He was like, and he just invited people over like, yo, let's make music. That's who he was. That's what he was about. But I think more interesting, I think it was my cousin K-Wash, shouts out K-Wash, who really got me interested in the production because at the time he was like DJing, and at the time I didn't really understand what DJing was. So like when I heard it, I remember it was yesterday. Like I was on Facebook and I just like DM'd. I was like, "Yo, cuz, bro, like what the fuck is that shit you're doing, bro? How you making all these damn tracks sound cool like that and like go together and shit? Like what you doing?" Like. He was like, "Man, I'm DJing, fool." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, "What's that?" And he was like, just like mixing tracks together and things like that, keeping the vibe. So like originally my background was like in DJing. Okay. I went by DJ Superbulous. Ooh. So that was like, that was the original name, guys. That's the OG name. DJ Cut it down to Superb, but DJ Superbulous. Okay. And I kind of regret it now because, like, I was, like, putting DJ mix videos up on YouTube. And then, like, I deleted them all. I don't know if I was just, like, self-conscious or what it was.
You didn't even keep them unlisted? You just deleted them?
Nah, man, I deleted them. It even got to a point where it was, like, people in school were finding out about me DJing and shit, like, and they're, like, stopping math class and shit, like, hey, play cards is, like, fucking DJ videos and screens on YouTube and shit. I think that was just a little overwhelming for me at the time.
Did you have, like, a laptop in high school?
No.
Dude, I did
it all on my desktop.
I used to, in the middle of class, I would just, like, whip out my laptop and start editing stuff in the, like, algebra. And I'd just be like, I'm working on, work. But in reality,
I think it was shortly after, like, the DJing thing, though. I kind of put that on the back burner, picked up FL Studio, got into that for, like, a year or two. Then I just kind of fell off. I really didn't get back into truly, like, learning how to produce until, like, I was, like, 18, 19. Yeah. So it was like a 3-year break. Yeah.
And you just learned everything on YouTube?
Yeah.
Like just YouTube tutorials?
And I was kind of already familiar with FL from when I was using it when I was younger. So like, I mean, I went to Texas Southern University in Houston, flunked out. You know what I'm saying?
College isn't for some people. I know if I would have went to a regular college, like I wouldn't have. Yeah.
And, that whole time I was there, man, like, it was like, I don't know, the experience for me wasn't really the best. I didn't really find, like, the people I wanted to connect with personally when I was there. But I think it was an important phase, too. I think that still needed to happen for a reason. Yeah. Shouts out my homie Shaq, only friend I still kept from there. He's doing his modeling, hooping shit in L.A. But after, I think at that point it was like, once that first year was over, I was like, man, fuck that, man. All right, I'm back home, flunked out of college. Like, first thing I did was like, I made a music group. So it was like a few of my homies from high school. Shouts out Parker, shouts out Shakes, shouts out Jigs. And we had a thing we formed. It was called Lion Pack.
Okay.
So we formed that in 2015, and that was kind of like my first introduction to like being a leader of something.
Yeah.
Like, and like really like being like, okay, like I'm here to help these people be the best they can be. You know, I might not have all the answers now, but you know that's my goal. Like, I want to enhance. I want to learn how to mix to a degree. You know, how to help people get that best song. Create something.
Yeah.
And I always had a very eclectic taste. Like, I showed you some of those artists.
I mean,
I was with.
Insane amount of
taste
there.
It's always been that. I've always wanted to find like the thing that was different from what everybody else was doing. You know what I'm saying? Even if I like the shit that I can't understand.
Yeah, no, me too. That's
what
like,
I'm saying?
I think that's some of my favorite albums have been albums that don't like first listen didn't necessarily hit me in like not the right way. As much as I love them now, when I first listened to them, I wasn't on that. Like Death Grips, Money Store, I was like, first like few listens, I was like, I don't get this at all. And then it slowly starts to like seep into your brain, the catchiness of it, and then you're like, how is this catchy and abrasive? And like, and that's the thing that like fascinated me the most about the music I started getting into in high school and stuff. It's like, I love when stuff is like semi off-putting, but at the same time you can't get it out of your head. That's like the coolest thing to me.
It was an interesting time too, because I mean, this is a little before I got into like production and DJing, but I just remember even around that time, like 05 to 07, like LimeWire, like that shit like changed my life, because it was like being like a fucking like 11, 12-year-old kid, like fucking putting a shit ton of viruses on our damn desktop, just like downloading all these damn like Linkin Park tracks and fucking Soulja Boy and like, so it was like even at that time you're already like fucking exposed to just all these different worlds of music and shit. I think subconsciously that played a part too, because as a kid, man, I was listening to like fucking like Eminem Encore to like fucking Deadmau5. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just all kinds of worlds going on.
I'd say streaming platforms, because like as soon as like I found out about something like Rhapsody, which was like an early streaming platform, I think it's still around, but like Spotify kind of took over and Apple Music. But as soon as I heard about that, I think that opened the doors for me. So it's like, because it's like all music is on there. I mean, not everything, but like most stuff is on there. So it's like you get the sample whatever. Like I remember when I first like got my iPod, I went on iTunes and like bought a bunch of stuff, and I had no clue that I was buying things when I was that young. So like my dad gets the bill and it's like $80 of like random music.
Damn,
and he's like, did you buy stuff on iTunes? And I was like, yeah, I have songs now, so I guess that's what that means. But that I think streaming opened that door up for me, where it's just like I got to listen to a lot more things.
I think
definitely would not be the same person I am today without like Rhapsody, which is interesting.
I think it's just like that whole world anyway, of like the download to the stream. Yeah. But then we got off on a tangent on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, from my first group with like Lion Pack, that was interesting because it was like getting back. That was like the first time too, like after college, where it was like, okay, like I was actually like writing some of my first songs, like fucking, actually trying to engineer like my own shit too. It was interesting. It was a weird place because it was like I was focusing on my own artistry at first in the midst of like trying to build everybody's else artistry. Yeah. Which I kind of like just let that go because it's like that's really hard to do. But anyway, fast forward, Lion Pack fell apart. Then I ended up going to Cedar Valley College in Lancaster, Texas for like a semester. Didn't finish that shit either. But went there for like a little like music theory. Picked up, I picked up like the basics, like chords, like what a scale is or how to find what the key of something is. Just enough. Like shit I still use today. Just like,
So would you say that you've always wanted to do music, like something in music at least?
I think music was always that thing, but I didn't like fully embrace it as that was the thing. Because I remember, I think more so it was like more so wanted to make like my mom and shit proud. Because I remember like for the longest I was like, oh yeah, mom, I'm gonna be like a computer engineer, and like I fucking went to TSU for computer engineering. I flunked out of that shit. So it was like, I think it was just some shit I was saying.
Yeah.
But I know in my dad's case, it was more so like he always wanted his kids to do music, and I was like the only kid that like really went with the musical path.
Yeah.
So I think it was something I was going to end up doing regardless. And it's funny because when I talk to my mom and shit nowadays, she's all like, "Oh yeah, that's something your dad would do," or like, "Yeah, you acting just like your dad on them making them beats and shit." So it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think music was always there, and it's even when I was editing on like the YouTube stuff in high school and whatnot. I was editing to music, so it's like I was always making like semi-music videos, and I've always my love for music is trumped by movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I didn't think I was gonna be doing music stuff, but it just kind of like fell into my lap, and I'm glad it did because like I enjoy it more than anything. I mean, I love making videos and stuff, but there's like nothing better than that feeling of when a song starts getting made and you're listening to it with a bunch of people in the room, and it's just like that feeling is there.
I think that first initial feeling kind of came like once I got a little more solid with like production and shit like that, actually being confident enough to show people your work and be like, oh yeah,
oh yeah,
think about that.
Yeah, that took me like a good 2.5 years to where I was like comfortable to release something.
And even then I'll look back on some of my older shit and I'm like, damn dude, I came a long way.
Oh yeah,
it's like having some of that shit.
Yeah, even the album we released, I like listen to it back and I'm like, there's things I would do differently, but I like it being the way it is because it's like a moment in time in your life.
Yeah, man.
It's like a time capsule. Like I remember where we were when we recorded all of that stuff.
Bro, I still have my fucking desktop. The one I was just talking about with the LimeWire.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that computer, like I've had that shit literally since like 2006. And it still works. And it still has all my old FL Studio beats and shit. It still opens up just fine. Like it's crazy.
How infected do you think that thing is?
To let you know how old that computer is, a fucking Windows Vista.
Oh God, and it's like the
Vista.
worst Windows too.
And it still works.
Okay, well.
Yeah, so crazy. But after Cedar Valley, shouts out Dr. Bogle too, man. Cool ass teacher, bro, jazz pianist, real laid back. Had MIDI class with him and stuff like that. But shouts out Dr. Bogle. After Cedar Valley, I actually right at the beginning of Cedar Valley, I got my first apartment. So I ended up working at Forever Young Records. I told you about. That was around.
Would you say that's like the main thing that shaped your musical taste?
Oh, definitely, man. Going there like changed me completely because it was like, I think that was like November 2016. I was there for about like 3 years. I worked there. But yeah, like being at, I think it was an interesting time for me because like that first semester while I was at Cedar Valley, then getting this job at this record store. I mean, I think it was even by like, just like the fucking grace of the universe how I got that job. Because I remember like telling my mom, I was like, yo, mom, my next job is going to be at a record store. And like I walk into Forever Young, got hired the same day. Yeah. I think he just fucked with my enthusiasm that like I grabbed a record, then like I just put it on a record player. I was just like jamming like on some Kanye shit. Like, oh, damn, bro, this record go hard. Like, and he was just like, you know, my mom was talking to him. She was like, oh, yeah, like his dad's Carl Marshall. Then like he knew who my dad was because my dad had his music in the store. Yeah. So it was like, oh, you're Carl Marshall's son? Then like from there it was a wrap. Like,
that's awesome.
I got the job. I was working literally like the next day.
Yeah. That's so weird. I applied to a record store when I was back home for a little bit, but it was like a smaller one. Yeah. Like, and I'm pretty sure the guy who ran it only worked there. Like he might have had like a buddy, but every time I've been there, it was him there, so I didn't get it. But I always did want to work in like a record shop. I thought that would be so cool.
Yeah,
especially one that big. I've heard you
oh
talk
yeah,
about
Forever
big
Young's,
that
man.
is.
We'll have to put a picture or some shit up in here. But yeah, it's like, I think it's like third biggest record store in America, man.
Jeez.
It's really big. They have a warehouse location too, where they sell like a lot of like out of print records and shit online, man. If you're into records or vinyl, man, please check out Forever Young Records. You know,
yeah, you got some deep cuts too.
Yeah, please. They sell cassettes, 8 tracks, all that shit. But yeah, being there, man, that shit really like changed my perspective, man, because it was like I was kind of already familiar with like Yes and shit before I got there, but then shouts out to Miss Lee. And shouts out to this dude named Josh. Like, he got fired, like, the first 3 weeks I was there. But that guy was so fucking cool, dude. Like, he was always talking shit, though, about the owners and shit. He hated them. He was like, yeah, they're fucking lunatics, man. He would always tell me that shit. Fucking psychopaths. He would always say that. But, like, he put me on a, like, Alan Parsons project. Like, I was like, yo, like, Miss Lee, like, she put me on to, like, so much shit, like, Led Zeppelin and shit, like, which these are, like, bands I knew of, but, like, I wasn't immersed in that world yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was, like, listening to, like, Led Zeppelin, really going into more of the deep cuts of, like, Yes, like, King Crimson, you know, learning about, like, certain bands, like, solo albums and shit like that, getting into funk, getting into, like, bands like Slave, Ohio Players and shit like that. So, like, being there, it just really, like, mind-fucked me. Like, musically.
Yeah.
It was like, it kind of showed me, like, damn, like, how to appreciate everything.
Yeah.
And even if I don't like it, I can appreciate the fact why other people might like it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and I think that was the coolest part about it. It's not like I know every band, but, like, being there and, like, selling certain CDs and vinyls to people was like, I got familiar with certain
Yeah, and I'm sure you got a lot of, like, the age range was huge, probably. The people coming in there buying stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like younger people are super into records and stuff now.
Oh, they are, bro.
Yeah.
It's like kids from, like, 14 to, like, people all the way up to, like, 30, man.
Yeah.
Like, just coming in and buying records.
I think that's another thing, like, people say that albums are dying, but I don't think they are. I think they're stronger than ever. I think people consume them in a different way, but I think the album experience is bigger than ever. I mean, think of all the people who are that, like Playboi Carti, like everyone was wanting him to drop the album. Lil Uzi, everyone was like wanting him to drop. Travis Scott, when Astroworld was coming out, like I remember how big of a deal that was to everyone around me. Like that Travis Scott was dropping the album. Like I feel like albums are definitely still strong. Like
yeah, they are, man. I mean, you either love it or you don't. To me, it's something about it. Like I say, I feel like I'm an old soul anyway. I feel like I would have thrived in the 70s or some shit. I just feel like I'm groovy like that. But I mean, like, I love the fact of like just taking a record out the case and just slapping it on the player, bro. I love the warmness of it. I love how it sounds, you know. I enjoy it's hip hop, bro. Like I enjoy the thrill of like cutting out a section of a record and like fucking using it, you know, like making something, like keeping the art alive.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, you know, from there, I mean, it was cool. I met a couple homies there. Shout out to my homie Marcos Mcos, dope, great guitar player. I met Colton there, dope journalist. And at the time, like right before getting here to Tennessee, there was another collective I tried to make. It was called, we were going to call it Big Break Records. Basically, the slogan was like, we don't wait for the big break, we make it. Nice. So like, fast forward, that shit fell apart. Then I made the logical decision. I was like, man, like, all right, bro, I've tried 2 teams here in Dallas. And there's kind of a scene rising in Dallas as far as music and shit. Like, shouts out Cass Page. She got signed to Def Jam. Like, shouts out Debbie Stone. Shouts out Sushi, John Doe. The boys. There's a lot of people out there doing their thing. Yeah, that shit didn't work. So I was like, all right, man, I didn't even have Nashville in my mind, you know, but I was like, you know, something just hit me. I was like, man, you know what? Logically, it would make sense to come to Nashville. I got a lot of family here.
No.
I can well round myself off as like a producer, songwriter, you know, get around some people who know how to mix and engineer and shit. And fast forward, you know, it's where we're at now. So,
yeah.
But yeah, guys, that's been a little bit about me and Tom. We're gonna have a commercial break here. We got a special guest coming in, so when you get back, I'm gonna tune into that.
Is your track so whack it slaps you back? Don't worry. We got samples for that.
All right, guys. So we are back now, and we have the beautiful Shauna, good friend of mine. You know, dope artist in the community. Let the people know a little bit about what's going on with you.
Thank you for having me, guys. This is exciting.
Absolutely.
So my name is Shauna. I've only been living in Nashville for a few months. I moved here in September, so pretty excited. I've been working with and meeting a lot of creative people.
Yeah.
I love Nashville. This is like creative city.
So you came here from L.A., correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
And before that, I was in New York.
New York to L.A.
And then before that, Chicago.
Chicago to New York to L.A. to Nashville.
Well, before Chicago, I was in
God,
Connecticut.
God damn.
Okay.
Connecticut to Chicago.
But
to
I
New
was born
York.
in LA though.
Okay.
So I was
okay.
born in LA. My parents got divorced. My dad stayed in LA. My mom raised me in Connecticut.
I got you.
Then Chicago.
So straight from LA to Nashville. I mean, I've been in LA a few times. It's like a whole different scene there. So like, what have you picked up on the differences personally?
Personally, so living in New York and LA, the difference between all those major cities and Nashville is actually the only city where it's music focused. LA, you're competing with film and television, right?
Yeah.
New York, you're competing with Wall Street fashion. Nashville is like music city.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Yeah, I've never really thought about that. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
So like I'm ready to work. The people will be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Here it's like I'm working a lot more. This is
Yeah.
a great place to work as a musician,
Yeah.
hands down.
I've never really thought about that. Yeah. Because I guess, because I come from like a video side of things too. And I never really thought about that. I guess there is like less competition here.
Yeah.
Because like LA, it's like,
Yeah.
that's-
everyone
has a
acts
camera.
and,
Everyone,
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is. So tell me a little bit more about like the artistry. Like, all right, you've been to some key musical hub cities. You've been to all of them actually. Did you spend any time in Atlanta at all?
I haven't. That's one place where I'm just not really interested in it. I mean, no shade to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think they have a great vibe, creative
Like,
vibe. But it's just like it doesn't draw me to
Does it resonate?
be,
with
yeah.
what you're doing? Yeah. I feel
yeah.
you.
So
all those musical hub cities that you've been to, like, how do you feel like that played a toll on like your artistry? Like,
it played a major toll. So when I was in New York, I landed an internship. So from Chicago, I was in Chicago at a performing arts college, right?
Okay.
And so the tuition was crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So I couldn't afford it. I was only there for a year.
Yeah.
But I was able to establish some really great relationships while I was there. And so through those relationships, I was able to land an internship in New York working at Jive Records.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so right when I was there, like Chris Brown had just got signed, Sierra was on the roster, Britney Spears, R. Kelly,
Yeah.
like T-Pain. It was like
wow.
I was there at
Yeah.
the right time,
Yeah.
right? So like I was like a bigger girl. My teeth were like messed up. So nobody like looked at me as an artist, and I wasn't really focused as an artist at that time. So I was just like learning the business and stuff. And the guy I was working for, he got laid off because he didn't sign like major artists.
Yeah.
So he got laid off. And so I was able to like learn how to write songs. After that period of time, I learned how to write songs. I got in the gym, really loved working out, learned how to write songs. And like I had got my heart broken. Like this dude I wanted him to get signed so bad, so I was trying to get him a record deal, and it didn't pan out, right? And so, like, we were dealing with each other for like 3 years, and then he became like super famous and did me so
really?
dirty. But it motivated me, like, it was either go insane or like work on yourself and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
chose like to work on myself, and I came out with this artist named Etta Mae. And,
Oh, okay.
like, she was just like this character. And so that's when the artistry just kind of like propelled itself.
Hey, you famous guy who broke Shauna's heart. Screw you. Okay.
Yeah.
You're probably like his biggest fan
I
too.
probably
You don't even know
am.
you're talking
I probably
to.
am.
I'm just like,
But I don't know who he is, so the context is a little different. I could be saying "fuck you" to like Kanye. And if I am, I'm sorry, Kanye. I love you. But, yeah, fuck you, guy. Anyway, that played a part too in like some of the songs, which we're gonna get into some of those songs definitely.
Did being more on the business side of things change the way you think your artistry has went? Like just because you knew more about everything?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So from New York, I went to LA, and that's when I started my record label, Cleveland Avenue Music Group. Ooh, so like, I'm not an artist who like wants to get signed or anything. Yeah. My long-term goal is, I'm in school right now, so I'm gonna be an entertainment lawyer with a record label.
That's awesome.
And have my clients. And So this is all a part of the plan.
Yeah.
I'm just like really doing the artistry now just to tell my clients
I've
5
been
to
there,
10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, that's a good perspective to have.
Yeah.
Though, because like a lot of people on the business side of things have only been on the business side of things.
Right.
So it's hard to talk to them as an artist and be like, I understand. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I like that you've seen both sides of things like that.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
That always makes a different kind of like type of machine too. Like when you like know what the fuck's going on, like business wise and the music, it's like you got a lot more control. A lot of these artists, they don't know their business. People like they don't know about splits, publishing, you know, songwriter shares, or performing rights organizations, all that kind of shit. So that's dope that you got that information.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think there probably needs to be more people like that in the industry that can shed that light to artists coming up. Like, yo, you know, like that creative shit is cool, but you know, make sure you know what I'm saying, you're getting your paper too off that creative shit. So that's dope. But let's move a little deeper into like the artistry. So like, was there like anybody in your family, like anybody like who did music besides you that you kind of got an influence from? Like, where does it all stem from?
Yeah, so my mom is a singer. So that she's from Connecticut, but she moved to LA to, you know, be on the scene. She sung with the Jackson 5 people, Bryson. So she had me around a lot of dope people growing up. And then like all her brothers play piano. Yeah. My brother plays piano. My sister sings.
Oh, so it's a musical family.
Yeah,
they got going on there.
Yeah,
interesting. So are there like other like or any of your relatives? Do they like do artistry as well? Like as a
I think as of now, I'm like the only one who's like, really like
real hard.
Yeah.
I want to know a little of your influences here, which I want to pull up some of these notes on some of these songs, guys. It's gonna get juicy. Trust me.
Yeah. Who are some of your favorite artists that influence you?
Oh man, it's so hard to pinpoint that. And I ask that question all the time too, but that's such a hard question because I like everything. R&B, gospel, country, rock, pop.
It's good to know everything.
Like,
yeah.
You do have a versatile collection of songs.
Yeah.
I think it was Like to Fly. That one had like a really different kind of...
Alive?
No. There was a song you had called Like to Fly.
No.
It was like, I'm too fly to cry over some fuckboy.
Oh,
yeah.
Fly.
Yeah, that's
no. What is it called? Too fly.
Fly. How I know your song? I'm
like, no. I've written so many songs
I get that,
that I don't even know.
But that one had like, if I'm not mistaken, that one had like a cool like kind of like pop EDM beat going on with some shit like.
But it had like R&B lyrics.
Yeah, R&B lyrics to it. That was cool. That showed like a little versatility.
Yeah, I like how powerful your voice is because you can, like, I could see your voice like going over a bunch of different styles of instrumentals. Yeah, like it doesn't have to be one thing. Like I could definitely see you over a bunch of different stuff.
And that's why I could never really get a record deal for real.
Yeah,
because you have to be.
Yeah, like, you have to have like that. Yeah, what you are. Yeah,
yeah. Which is cool, but whatever.
But I mean, it sounds like you're someone who could come in though on like any kind of session.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt,
open to it. Yeah. So I mean, it still kind of works out. I feel like in the industry is more so like finding like what your niche is. Like, what do you want to fit in? Like,
right.
Do I want to like songwrite with people? Do I want to be like that session singer for people? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be necessarily one route. You just gotta figure it out. I want to get to some of these juicier songs of yours you got in here, like that All the Way Up remix. What the fuck is up with that? You're like, when I walk in and dick goes all the way up. What's up with that? Please explain that to me.
I mean, that's a fact.
I just want to know, like,
I'm just speaking facts.
what,
confidence.
Yeah, I like the confidence. I like the confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty like sexual lyrics. The Pussy Panda remix too. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I literally forgot about all these songs.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
remixes are awesome. I love them.
The Amazing song. Yeah. You know, getting on your knees and worshiping the King.
That's a gospel
Gospel
song.
track, y'all.
It's a gospel song.
You know, the Say It remix. You did something called Monster.
Ooh,
Yeah, I deep dived on you. Yeah, I deep dived
Oh
on
my
you.
god, it's good.
I even saw your behind the scenes video with the photographer guy. What was his?
Okay.
What was it? What was your homie name?
Oh god, don't do this.
Don't do it.
Don't do this.
Don't do it. Hey.
I'm pretty
Wolf,
sure his name
yeah.
is Jared.
Yeah, I think it was. Jared.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay,
Jared.
Yeah.
We saved on that. Anyway, we keep going through some of these songs here. Why? Like I say, The Love on the Moon was cool. The Don't remix, that was interesting. Quotable. Dumb niggas are the best for dick. Hot take.
I mean, it is a hot take.
That's a fact.
Okay.
That's
all
true.
right. I mean, all right.
Interesting. Can you?
It's
can you,
just like
yeah,
there.
give me a
There's
little
nothing
more.
going on up there, so they're just like
Everything's focused
wild.
on a
It's
certain
just like
area.
So they're like
wild.
really like
Like,
primal, basically. It's like they lack such a substance up there. They're like animals, basically.
oh yeah.
Interesting. All right. You heard it here first,
Oh
people.
yeah.
You heard it here first.
yeah.
So, what's like your writing process when it comes to?
Yeah.
Do you like kind of like freestyle first, or is it like you write on
Mm-hmm.
your phone and then you like go into the booth or
It's
something
all
like that?
different.
Yeah.
I really find that when I'm like when I was in New York on the train, I was able to write fast. New York, I mean, LA when I'm on the freeway. They say freeway, it's highway here, right? Freeway.
Yeah, same
yeah.
thing. It doesn't matter.
So
The road,
when,
you know.
yeah, when I'm on the road, it's like just looking at the scenery, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's
I
when I
definitely
wrote
get
Cake. When
inspired,
I'm,
yeah.
Interesting.
yeah,
I definitely get inspired in the car. Just like
yeah.
road trips are like
I
the
feel
best.
that. I definitely feel that. Especially when I got here earlier to Nashville, there was like a couple weeks where I was just like driving around, like I'm telling you guys, like looking at people's farms and shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fucking pigs and deer and possum going across the road and shit. I'm like, oh, what does that sound like? Or that's pretty inspiring. So like using that scenery to find that sound, which is very interesting. What do you get from here, like Nashville, like lyrically wise, or like what does it inspire you to say? Like what do you feel from the energy in the city?
I haven't really written too many songs here. I've really just been like meeting a lot of creatives and doing a lot of photo shoots, and I shot a music video. I think I'm in a place where it's like I'm not in an emotional place, right? I always write from a real place, and so nothing's really going on.
Interesting.
I'm not in love.
Yeah.
I'm not heartbroken.
I feel you.
so-
Yeah. I mean, yeah, going through that seems like what more of the lyrics are based on. It's like
Or
that
like
type
I'm
of spot
angry
you gotta
and
go
like,
to. Yeah, I feel you.
so I'm not really in a place right now. I mean, I like somebody.
I think
but
next
it's
you're gonna
like,
start
cool.
coming with those like flexing lyrics, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
think that's where I'm at. Like I'm just like
Yeah.
really embracing, my natural body, and like that is where I am right
like that
now.
next phase, like that next
Yeah.
phase. People like moving on up in the world.
Yeah.
I want to play a game right quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring
I
this
like
game
games. I like games.
in. New game, guys.
New game.
Guess
game
that
alert.
person's zodiac sign. Okay, so Tom,
Yeah,
I'm the zodiac expert.
he is.
Um,
I am not at all.
First thing first, I just want to go a little into everybody's astrological background here before we start this game. So, if anybody knows, I don't know, all my astrology watchers, I am a Leo with an Aquarius moon. Yeah, tell me a little bit about you guys. Do you even know what your moon is or any of that stuff? Like, let me know. We're gonna figure
I'm
it out.
not sure my moon, but I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay. I could figure out your moon.
Okay.
We'll have that information.
Okay.
All I need is your birthday.
Okay.
Tom,
I'm a Gemini. Yeah.
with an Aries moon. I actually know Tom's moon, guys, because he didn't know himself.
Okay.
I'm going to explain a little of that energy, but we're just going to go ahead and get right into the game. This is going to be fun. You know what I'm saying? We're going to use a little bit of those brain juices. So I'm going to let you go first, Tom. Me and Shauna will take our turns of guessing what that person's zodiac sign possibly could be.
Okay.
So, yeah, go with it.
All right. My first person. Person. Sure, person.
What is it, a dog or some shit?
My first one is a character from the hit,
God, bro, what the fuck?
the hit classic Nicktoons show. 6-time Emmy nominated. Tommy Pickles from Rugrats.
I'm guessing Tommy Pickles zodiac sign? The cartoon character or the fucking person who gives the voice behind Tommy?
The cartoon character.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Like, I don't fucking know, dude. Fucking,
Tommy Pickles, man. Leader. Tommy Pickles is a leader.
so you have the answer to what a zodiac is?
Yes. His birthday is listed on rugratsseries.fandom.com.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Shout out.
Wow, this is some real shit here. All right,
Okay.
All right, hold up then. Let me think a little bit about it. All right, I think Tommy is a, you know what I'm saying? I would consider him like a young leader of his pack. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He always leading the diaper babies and shit. Gosh, fuck. Damn, this is an interesting one. If I was going to guess what Tommy was to me, I would say he's probably more like a cardinal sign kind of energy type of guy. I could be wrong. This is a cartoon character. I would say I'm gonna just take a guess, and I'm gonna say that Tommy is a Cancer.
Okay.
No, all right, now it's Shauna's turn.
I
I don't know. You're fucking me up with this one, bro.
Sagittarius.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
What's
So
it?
you want me to just say it?
Yeah.
All right. Tommy Pickles from the 6-time Emmy nominated Nicktoon Rugrats is a, drumroll please, Leo. He's a Leo.
I wanted to say it. God damn. I swear I wanted to say that. I swear I wanted to say it. I didn't want to, though. I didn't
Tommy
want to.
Pickles was born August 11th, 1990.
Interesting. Damn, he is a Leo.
Yeah.
Dude, I knew he was a leader of his pack. I wanted to say it. But you know what? Fuck it. It's all goody. It's all goody.
I thought that was a pretty good pick. I mean,
That was a good pick.
It doesn't mean shit if I was going to say it. Guys, you're probably looking at me like, no, you weren't. So it doesn't matter, but that was what I was going to say. It's okay. All right, yeah. All right, what's your next one, bro? What the fuck? Tommy Pickles, dude?
yeah, hey, that was a great one.
What you
Blue shirt,
got?
leader, you know.
All right.
The next one is the Grammy nominated artist, big in the 90s.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was an Interscope staple.
Tupac?
No,
No?
definitely not.
Okay.
Different vibe here. Rico Suave.
Gosh. Dude, you're coming with like some
don't even know who that
motherfucking
is.
oddballs, bro. Rico Suave's like one of the early guys to get signed to fucking Interscope. Like, fuck, you're fucking me up with this. He was kind of like, he was a real like strange guy to me.
To say the least, yeah. Rico Suave.
He's got a very interesting energy to him.
He's confident,
I would
that's
say
for sure.
he was. If I'm gonna narrow it down, let me see. I would say he's probably a fire or an air sign. If I was gonna be more exact on what he was, maybe I would say maybe like a Gemini
Okay.
or Gemini is like my main answer. But if
Okay.
I was gonna do like another one, maybe I'd say he's like a Aries.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't even know who he is.
You don't know who Rico Suave is? It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
What you got on there?
He's an Aries.
So it doesn't count? It don't count? Judges doesn't count. Does he get credit?
Yeah, he said Aries on the second half. I'll give it to him.
Give me that.
A half a point.
Give me that.
Rico Suave is
You know what
definitely
I'm
a
saying?
deep cut, so I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's a
know.
deep one.
Unless
was a deep
that
one.
answer was for me.
Huh? What?
Like for me to say Aries.
Oh no, that's not your answer. No,
because
no.
I didn't answer.
You didn't even know who he
that
was. No.
Right, come on, share a little bit.
All right, you can have a half point, whatever. All right, what you got? What's that third one?
All right, the third one.
Yeah.
The wonderful host from a lot of TV shows. One of my personal favorite game shows, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Regis Philbin.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. You
Oh, I know who
Regis
he is.
Philbin
That
is?
The
guy.
bald guy?
Yeah.
No! You're thinking of Howie Mandel. That is disrespectful
No,
to Regis
is
Philbin.
that the fucking? Which one is the
He's
damn
older.
shit
He's
about
older.
the?
Regis, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Live with Regis and
Oh,
Kelly.
never mind. I'm thinking about that damn briefcase game with the bald.
Howie Mandel.
Yeah, that
Not
guy.
the-
No,
yeah,
okay.
that's Deal or No Deal.
Okay, I got you.
He's whack.
Yeah. Okay.
Regis is a legend.
Regis.
Yeah, Regis. Okay. Interesting.
Confident dude. Same. You know.
Him, I don't know. He gives me a little.
He was on that show, like Regis and Kelly. And
Live with
Yeah.
Regis and Kelly. Yeah.
Live with Regis and Kelly.
Huh, that's a
I'm letting you go
tough-
first on this
I
one,
don't-
Shauna. You take that one. This is a tough one. I mean, they've all been tough, honestly, Tom. You really. You fucked me up with Tommy Pickles, bro. That was.
Genius, right?
Yeah, that was. Wow.
He gives me Cancer vibes.
Okay.
Cancer vibes. Interesting.
Okay.
I don't know. I say he's like a earth sign kind of vibe to me. Maybe he's like a. I was gonna take a guess. Maybe he's like a Taurus.
We actually got another Leo here.
Another Leo.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he's a fixed sign like a Leo would be.
Yeah.
I don't
Which
know
makes
enough about
sense
the
because
guy.
he's a rigid dude. Check.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I had another person in my mind. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
why.
That's,
Okay.
Hey, party foul. It's okay.
This next
It's
one,
okay.
a little more common.
Okay.
I feel like everyone's gonna know this one.
Yeah.
We got the legend,
Okay.
Oscar nominated.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm guessing, but I mean he has to be.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh. Samuel L. Jackson. Man. He's an aggressive motherfucker.
I feel like he's a
He-
Cancer.
I think
Okay.
I think he's a Libra.
Oh, y'all are both way off. I think.
We both way off?
Uh huh.
All right, nope.
Do we get another chance?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right,
Okay,
wait. Both way off.
Yeah.
Damn.
he's a Virgo.
Nope.
Interesting.
give
All
up.
right, let me get this second one, man. Let me take the park with this. All right, let me go. All right, so I said he was a Libra. Damn. Very interesting. Is he a is Samuel? Damn. Is he a Scorpio?
No.
No.
Close, but no.
Okay. What
That's
we got?
Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Ah.
He's actually on the last day of Sag. I don't know if that means anything, but
He's a cusp.
Yeah,
it does mean
it does
something.
mean something.
He's
That's
a
Okay.
huge.
Sagittarius Capricorn cusp. Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Pulp Fiction. Shout out to Pulp Fiction. And I have one more here.
Okay.
I think this one's a great one. Pretty sure he's Grammy nominated. Try.
Uh-huh.
The hilarious legend Weird Al Yankovic.
Ooh.
He's
Man.
goofy.
He's so odd.
He's an odd dude.
He's funny though.
Great head of hair.
I would say Weird Al. Is he a Taurus?
I don't feel like they're goofy like that.
Gosh, bro, Weird Al. Damn, dude, Tom, these names are phenomenal.
I
bro.
don't know. He's got to be.
I will say he's probably. Ding, ding, ding. On the cusp.
What was he? Wait,
Yeah.
what is it?
He's a Scorpion.
Ah.
Yeah, Scorpio.
Interesting.
I might be the
Another cusp,
expert.
October
Ah.
23rd, I guess. On the
Yeah,
front
yeah,
end
yeah.
of it.
I see Shauna. Wait, hold up.
We're goofy.
What's the tally on this? Did she beat me?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I
That
think
was
so.
like the first time I guessed something
well,
right.
I
No.
think you got half one,
No,
right?
give me my half point back. No,
Okay.
fuck that. Give me my half point back. Give me my half point back.
1 to half
What
point.
you're seeing, guys, is an illusion. This didn't happen.
I did pick some oddballs. I mean,
You did.
yeah, I tried to get, cover the whole spectrum.
Yeah, you tried to
But
screw me.
Animated to the real world, you know.
Tried to screw me over.
Do
That's
you
all.
little
guys
bit.
really believe in this astrology stuff? Because they say that Cancers and Scorpios
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
are the perfect. I don't like Cancers. They're so manipulative.
I thought Scorpio's perfect was a
and
Taurus.
Controlling.
I thought that was Taurus. It was perfect.
But I don't
It was
even get
good.
along with them. So it's
Interesting.
just like,
Huh.
and the people that I like the most,
Yeah.
they say that we're not supposed to be together.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I mean,
Does that come in the moons? Does the moon?
Right? Maybe the moon has something, and maybe the way it was tilted to the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
yeah. It's the moon and the stars, people. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't
I think
know.
at the end of the day, if you like somebody, though, you like them. I mean, if you're gonna
It does
build
say
someone,
what I pair well with is Sagittarius's.
yeah, that's like your
And
supposed to be.
that
What's
doesn't-
your sign again?
I'm a Gemini.
I mean, you
Gemini,
get
Sagittarius.
along really well with Silas and Foundation. Like
Yeah.
y'all do some interesting shit.
My
together.
mom's a Gemini, and she always married Libras.
Interesting.
The
One
last
sign, one
The
sign.
last one was till death do them part, so they were married for like 30 years.
Interesting.
Do you
Okay.
get along with Libras? Does it say you're supposed to be with a Libra?
I think it's Sag and yeah, the only one I know off the top of my head is Sagittarius.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I've talked to all kinds of people throughout the Zodiac, calendar people. I like to consider myself the avatar of all the elements.
Who are you most compatible with? What do
Um,
they say? Capricorns, right?
No, a Leo is most compatible with an Aquarius, fire and air, big signs. You're like,
And do you get along with
what are you
them
talking
the
about?
most?
Huh?
Do you get along with them? Honestly.
Aquarius is, yeah, I vibe with all my. I have an Aquarius moon, so a moon basically people is like how you think, in the astrology world basically. So it's like, I mean, but like Conscious Beats, shouts out cuz like we get along. He's an Aquarius. Shouts out Nikessa, she's an Aquarius. Very.
Yeah, I didn't start learning about this stuff till like 2 years ago. I've always heard about it, but it kind of makes a little sense to me. I definitely see like the patterns and stuff, and the definitely sometimes when the description gets read for certain people, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Interesting.
you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that was a fun segment.
That was fun.
We're gonna. Yeah, have fun doing that.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you want to do yours or?
Nah, we'll save that.
Okay.
I don't want to run too long going with the Zodiac stuff. Let's get back to Shauna. I just wanted to play a fun game, loosen up the creative juices.
Okay.
So, as far as we've gotten through the backstory now, so like, what's in the future? I know you said you have a single coming out February 1st. You want to let the people know what that's going on with that?
So it's a song, Cake. I came up with the concept while I was driving. And then I went to my friend's house and we wrote it together, the rest of the song with Dajae Kelly. Shout out to Dajae Kelly. I'm excited about it. I shot the music video here.
First music video in Nashville?
My first music, and it's like the dopest music video I've done thus far.
Okay.
Shout out to Sean Hagwell, who directed it.
Sean Hagwell.
Yes, he's dope.
Okay.
Okay.
Have to
Okay.
look him up.
Like he's dope.
Okay. Sean Hagwell. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you can tell with this record, I'm like elevating. I'm just
Okay.
like next level. This is the 10th year of my artistry. Yeah, so I'm going all out.
Interesting. So, like, is that single going to be leading into like a project later in the year? What's
Yeah,
going on?
I think it's looking like it.
Yeah.
It's looking like it. So all the projects
Yeah.
I put out, I have them tatted on me.
Really?
Guys' names.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, that's tight as
It's-
fuck.
That's
it's
tight,
Chuck,
yeah.
Malachi, and like I have it crossed off like it's a grocery list. It looks like it's guys that I've dealt with. Like, what the heck? So the next one is gonna be called John Doe, I think.
Ooh,
John
Yeah.
Doe. What can we expect in that? Like, what is that?
medical.
I mean, if I was going to take like a guess, like John Doe, like, and then just like mysterious bodies, no names really, no labels.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like random guy kind of album kind of deal. Am I right? No.
Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to like say who I'm writing about because then I notice like when I write a song about a guy,
Yeah.
like Two Fly was written about a guy Love on the Moon, Don't remix. Most of all of the songs, it was about one guy in particular, and his head was just like, yeah, I could be like, you ain't shit. He just loved that I wrote. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so weird. He loved it. Like, and so he would try to like hurt me so I can like write it.
Write a
so
song
it's
about
like,
it.
I'm not gonna put myself through this. Like,
Yeah.
I'll never tell another guy this song was written about you.
Wow.
So
I like that though. Yeah, I like that you're not gonna let him know.
no, because it's like,
So he was getting like a kick out of it.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
yeah,
like, oh,
man. Like this
famous.
girl's like writing songs about me being not shit and stuff, man. I'm fucking with it. Like, damn, niggas,
it
man.
was so weird.
Damn, that's crazy. Never heard that. Interesting. So like, when is do we know like a release date on that? Are we gonna get
On the
like,
whole
a-
project?
Yeah, like any,
Oh, I
do you
don't know.
have
It depends on like what happens with these records that I just throw out. You know,
I got
see
you.
what catches. What
Yeah,
is it
do you
gonna be
like-
a lot of what were you saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you like to like make a bunch of tracks and then the ones that you really like? That's like the ones
I
you're
literally
gonna-
like every song I write.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
I have that problem too sometimes. Whereas it's like you get attached to it and then you're
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, this
okay.
is great.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
like-
I mean, there are a few where you go back and listen to it, like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're like
but
your
in the
babies, though.
moment you like it.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. It's like a time capsule of where you are at that time, like what you're doing. Like that's what I love about music, and it's when you're making something and that place and time, like you remember where you're at, you remember who you're with. Like, yeah, that's like my favorite thing about music,
Yeah.
especially making it.
I think
Yeah.
I think more so to tie it up with Sean, I want to ask you specifically though. So you got the Cake single coming out, and you said John Doe, that people be expecting that sometime this year. So like, as far as like your personal mission in like Nashville and the scene, like what else are you looking to do, or like is there any particular people you're looking to connect with? Like let the Nashville scene like what Shauna's planning to do while you're here. Like
I would love to start working with some country artists. Like their songwriting is on a whole nother level.
yeah,
They do, yeah.
Man. So
Interesting.
I would love to just even be in a session, like
All right, country community,
just to
Look out.
absorb
Yeah.
look out for Shauna
juices.
coming in with that Scorpio energy. Might sting you.
I'm trying to tone it down. That's my goal as well.
Yeah.
Tone down the Scorpio
Tone it down.
energy.
So like the country community, like more songwriting, really, as you, I guess, and you're focused on your project, so I know you're gonna have a lot of attention going towards that. But I mean, that's dope.
Do you plan on staying in Nashville for a while? Do you like it here?
I'm laughing because I move around a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
I want to settle down. I want to find a place where I'll probably have like a place here.
Like a home
always,
base?
Yeah.
But I'll probably also have like a place in Houston or something like that.
Okay.
I'm looking at Houston.
Houston, interesting.
Yeah.
Texas there's a lot of people moving to Texas.
Yeah. Elon Musk, I heard like moved there
Elon's
a
moving to
few
Texas,
weeks ago.
yeah.
Hey, Texas economy is rising.
Yeah.
I mean, it's similar to here. I mean, it's bigger though, so it's like just a lot more room for like New York, LA people to come there. I know before I left, they were building like a lot of like apartments and I'm forgetting the word, duplex
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But yeah, it's on the rise. Same here in the South. But yeah, guys, gonna go ahead and wrap it up here with this episode. We've got Shauna here. Y'all be on the lookout for that Cake single coming out February 1st, and keep attention on her for the John Doe project coming out. It's been your boy Superb,
Oh, Tom.
and we're gonna catch y'all in the next episode of MC2MC. Peace, baby.